right, no daddling around. Are we ready to go, folks? What'd you say?
You said one word.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew you'd throw you off. Yeah, I'm always ready. You know that, right?
I swear 2 weeks ago I did that and you're like, I wasn't ready, blah, blah, blah.
I just had like various boxes. I was totally like, oh, I have to put these boxes somewhere first.
I'm juggling so much. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 170th episode of the GeekVerse podcast. I am the robotic, losing my voice, Travis Snail, so forgive me.
I am the Adam Hart caster, Dylan Muss.
I am the waspy Tyler Briggs.
I am the Kessel Taylor Field.
The what?
Kessel.
The Kessel.
Kessel?
The Kessel.
The Kessel.
He's referencing the Kessel Run.
In Star Wars, which
Yes.
you're going to find all
I don't know
about
what that
in
means.
Solo.
And Solo did in less than 13 parsecs, which is pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. Ray did think 12, but she was wrong. She's wrong about a lot, you know.
She's always wrong.
That old Ray. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the weekly newscast. Yes, it's a little earlier, but we're doing it because there's so many good trailers to talk about. We want to get hot and heavy into them. To do a quick promotion after this, well, if you're not watching live, don't worry about it. But we will be doing a Cloverfield Paradox review as well. That should be interesting debate or discussion maybe. We're going to talk about the movie, but also maybe talk about the whole, just how they released it and everything like that. Some unprecedented, really, you know, if you think about it. It could be a history-making moment in film and media. So it's interesting, yeah. I think that's about it for this week. Later on this week, we have Taylor, my new best friend. Tyler, how does it feel? How do you feel about the Wolf Order? How'd that go down for you last week?
You know, I don't think there's a whole lot to say. I mean, the viewers saw how it went down. It was very underhanded, and I think what everyone really wants to see now is each of you guys play me one-on-one.
I don't know if you deserve that honor yet. We'll think about that. But yeah, check out the GeekVerse Gauntlet. We're back. The Wolf Order is on full swing. We're taking over. Taylor, how does it feel? How does it feel?
You know, I feel like I was too much of a nice guy last time around, and
people took advantage of you.
People did take advantage of me, but now I'm a dick.
Oh, whoa.
Wait.
Alright.
Okay, well, go check out the GeekVerse Gauntlet. A big match coming up with Taylor and Jessica playing each other in Cooking Mama. Jessica has not won a match in about a year. She better start counting down because it's going to be 2 years soon. So Wolf Order for life. Go check that out. We got big things popping. Nothing stopping. And now let's get into Super Bowl trailers. We're going to talk about a lot of them. Let's talk about with the one that we've been waiting for, and then we had to wait a little bit longer.
Skyscraper.
Then we had to wait just a little bit longer. You know what? Fuck you. I was going there, but no.
You took too long.
Well, because the point was you were waiting. Solo has officially dropped its trailer, dropped a teaser and a trailer. Obviously, there's been lots of controversy around this movie. Obviously, Star Wars was a hot button topic after Last Jedi. So, of course, this trailer would also be a hot button topic. So, what do you all think about Solo? This is the first look. This movie's coming out in May, so it's a quick turnaround. So
very quick.
Not dropping on Netflix the next day. Imagine that. Fuck, that would
It's actually out today.
Yeah, right now.
I mean, when Disney has their streaming service, they're definitely doing that.
You know, we're gonna.
I mean, they'll probably announce things beforehand. I feel like Disney isn't the kind of announce it and drop it the same night.
I think they drop like if they ever do like a Hawkeye movie, that's the like, and tonight Hawkeye, like that's the one they'll be like, okay, let's do it with this. But yeah,
poor guy.
Yeah.
Solo. I thought it was a pretty decent trailer in terms of there's some cool shots, some cool places. I mean, which is pretty classic from a Star Wars movie. Usually they go into some fun planets, some fun areas, meet some interesting aliens.
Canto Bight, fun
Canto
planet with the gambling planet from Last Jedi. Great.
See, I don't know the names of the planets. I just kind of recognize them by the way they smell. But yeah, I don't know. He doesn't really give off the Harrison Ford vibe a whole lot. What's the main actor's name again?
Alden Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah.
So
sounds like he's a World War II soldier.
Yeah, is that in your head when you think of
like
World
the
War II
name or like
soldiers?
The name? Yeah, like Alden Ehrenreich.
Just like how distinct the name is.
Yeah.
I don't get big Han Solo vibes, or I mean Lando. I guess he doesn't really have any lines, so I don't really get Lando vibes either. But I don't know. I think in terms of like visual impact, it was pretty interesting, and I mean that alone could make it a fun enough movie to watch, regardless of whether or not it feels like it's redeeming this backstory for Han Solo, which I don't even know if I particularly needed, but I mean we're getting it, so I'm gonna review it anyway. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for this movie now. I'm not saying I think it's gonna be good.
Wow, best movie of the year.
But
Todd Brady.
I am excited to see what they do with the trailer. Definitely, visually, I enjoyed it. I think the casting's potentially pretty stellar. I don't know about Alden Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich. Alden Ehrenreich.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about him. They didn't really show his face at all. And
They didn't show him talk much
his
either.
face.
Yeah, he didn't really talk a whole lot either.
I think I know what Briggs
So-
is saying. It's a lot of him moving around. There's not like
or
many
shots of from behind, and
They
he
like
says
his,
a couple
they like his
lines.
haircut. What can they say?
Like it was pretty
He got
easy
it flaunted.
to imitate Han Solo, like imitate how Harrison Ford did his voice. It was pretty easy to get that kind of like tone of voice down pretty well with like one line here and there, but we'll see how it holds up like throughout the whole film and through actual conversations. But I'm not sold on him yet, and I don't know what. I don't know. I'm just not sold on him yet, but everything else from the trailer I thought was pretty sweet, and I think it looks great. It just has a different vibe than Last Jedi, I guess, and what you would kind of expect from the last two Star Wars movies. So I'm more excited for this.
Do you not feel that it has maybe a similar Rogue One-ish vibe though, kind of?
I didn't think so at all.
Okay.
I thought it was
There's a lot-
quite a bit different than Rogue
There's
One.
the trailer was a lot more darker and serious than I thought it was going to be going into it. I thought it was going to be more of a swashbuckling
I don't know.
adventure.
I feel like there was quite a bit of action going on in this trailer. Rogue One was definitely dark in like visually,
Yeah.
and I mean it's not really the movie. It wasn't really reflected in the movie, I guess.
No.
But that was what the trailers made it seem out to be. I don't know. I guess this was kind of darker color wise, but it still seemed colorful and vibrant in terms of like action and lively characters. And I don't know. I feel like with Han Solo in general, like he's a pretty charismatic dude. He's probably I don't think it would do well to be a dark movie. I don't think people would expect that.
Yeah. He's no Ace Ventura.
He's no Ace Ventura.
Oh.
Not many people are.
Taylor Field, notorious Han Solo hater.
Not a Han Solo hater. Just,
Not even in his top 10. And
He's-
you're a
wow.
Star Wars hardcore.
there's
fan.
way too many other awesomer characters than Han Solo.
Awesomer.
Awesomer. So that
That's
being
probably
said,
the name of a character in Star Wars.
Awesomer
Laser
fight.
Jedi.
Awesomer.
I definitely for the longest time was just thought, out of all the characters, I would have liked a different movie. Like
Out of
honestly,
all the characters.
Yeah, come on.
Any
We don't
character.
need Jar Jar the Solo story.
I wasn't looking forward to a
I'm
Han
sick.
Solo.
Fuck off, people. I'm trying my best.
I wasn't looking forward to a Han Solo movie. I was more curious than I was hating it or excited for it. That's just how it was. I was just curious to see how it would go, and I was open to the fact that if this movie could be visually like amazing enough to the point where yes, it tackles an interesting part of the story that it just draws me back into the Star Wars universe, then I would let it do just that, and I would just enjoy it and take it for what it is and be excited for
So
it.
they're taking a hard left, like it didn't do that hard left, like now this is my most anticipated Star Wars movie ever. I can't wait.
It's not gonna be my most anticipated. It's definitely something that I really am very much excited to see. I'm very much pumped for this movie. Is it gonna, for me, beat Rogue One?
Oh God.
Honestly.
Wait till you see the movie.
I know. I'll wait till I see the movie, but just the vibes I got from the trailer weren't the same level of excitement and like just kind of feeling that I got from Rogue One's trailer. Like even. I can't wait to kind of like when we review this movie and I get to rank it amongst like the other Star Wars films like so far at this point, like from the newer films, because it's for me it's very intriguing to just figure out like where the lineup kind of stacks. And
You're not gonna be on that movie.
oh damn,
You made an executive decision.
but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this movie I'm definitely open to it. I think the trailer was so exciting, that Star Destroyer going through that nebula storm, whatever, and then like the tentacle or whatever creature, like that was just
Big tentacles.
that gave me some serious like Clone Wars vibes.
Oh,
just some
boy.
of that scene, and just to see that.
I don't know if
Like,
that's what you want.
Yeah, you're really
No,
selling it.
That's what he wants.
Honestly,
It's
like
true.
I think that's something that the Clone Wars did that should have been displayed on Star Wars, because it takes me back again to like, and I haven't seen this since really that I can remember, but like Empire Strikes Back, when the Millennium Falcon's flying out of the space room or whatever. I think that's like having a giant space alien with the Millennium Falcon and that kind of thing. I think that just it really incorporates a huge part of the Star Wars universe that we don't get to see. We always see the fighting, the
I
gambling.
don't know how many times I need to see the same ship fly through an alien though.
I've seen it once though.
Yeah, I know.
That was
I didn't need.
long
I don't know
time
if I need to see it again.
It's also kind of a silly looking ship, you know.
Yeah, but we got a Star
No,
Destroyer flying through this now too. I don't know. I'm definitely down for it, but I am wondering. It's definitely not the same Millennium Falcon. Obviously, it's an older or a pre-model.
Mark 1.
And this is something that irked you. And we were talking about how we
This
got
whole movie irks
we
me,
got
to be
we got
honest.
prequels that have like newer technology kind of thing, right?
Well, that's a bigger issue. Maybe we'll talk on Cantina one day. Is I just hate one of my biggest thing with the prequels is I hate that everything looks so new and so fresh, but it's like technically like hundreds of years before like present day, and then present day everything looks like a bag of shit. Like that's a whole nother thing. So the Falcon thing doesn't bug me. I don't know. I don't know where these guys are getting this excitement from, even this optimism from. I feel like this is like they're just giving us the same trailer as before. Usually it's like, oh, like Taylor said, oh, a Star Destroyer. How many times are we gonna see a Star Destroyer? That's not exciting anymore, you know? Like we can't keep doing these Force Awakens like trailers where it's like, you remember this, you remember this. Yeah, I remember this. I saw this movie last year. I just saw a movie this year with the Falcon in it. Why is that exciting to be like, oh, we're gonna go through the cockpit and we're gonna show him turning it on? It's like, I don't give a fuck. That's not Harrison Ford. Yeah, I don't know. The trailer to me was fine, but it left me the exact same way I've been for months of just like, okay, this is happening. The best thing about the trailer, honestly, for me was the music. I really liked what they did, the score there. It was like that right away when it kicked in, it felt like it was like rock and roll. It was like sci-fi, like rock and roll, but like that felt like a different tone. And then the actual visuals, Disney is never gonna make like a visually bad movie. They're making it look stunning. The acting's gonna be good, so you're always gonna get at least a decent movie. Like whether you like Rogue One or Last Jedi, you can't say Last Jedi is like a poorly made movie from like a technical standpoint. You know, everything looks phenomenal, and like even whatever that train is at one point in the story, the trailer, and it's like kind of going around. Well,
Yeah.
and it might be like a potential train heist. Like it looks like it's gonna have some cool action set pieces, but for me, it just kind of looks like the same old. That's the biggest thing of like, that's why to me it feels a lot like Rogue One. It feels exactly like it, other than maybe it's a bit light, but it looks like it's shot the exact same, and it feels the same. And with this whole, oh, we're putting together a team sort of thing, it's like, well, we just did that in Rogue One with a team, you know, like, I feel like everything is very similar. I don't like how this trailer ends when they're like, oh yeah, like I know what you are, and he's like, oh, what is that? You know, in the movie, the fucking line's gonna be like a hero or a good guy, which makes no sense because in New Hope, he's kind of a dirtbag until that moment. Then it's like, oh, I'm gonna finally change. I don't want to know that his whole life he's been like a really good guy who then was like maybe bad for like a week or two, and then he's like, oh, but I'm good. Like, I just think it's just the premise of this movie overall again, where this trailer for me, them showing all these visuals, that's cool. I don't know what the story is. They didn't hook me. It's just like them putting together a team. They said it's Rogue One. I don't, like for you, who, Taylor, you didn't even put in your top 3 and it's a Star Wars movie. Like I don't understand what's hooking you other than seeing the same old. Like there's no, we don't even know what they're doing. This movie's 3 months away. Give us this is a MacGuffin. Like,
I wouldn't say it's the same old. Like I know, I'm so confident they're gonna tackle the Kessel Run in this, and I just feel like
that's a set piece.
What is the Kessel Run for people who don't know what that is?
It's like Han Solo's defining moment in Star Wars, and something that he just made a huge point of his bragging.
It's like kind of, it was in a way of like a race sort of idea.
Yeah. No, it's actually what it is it's a smuggler's run. So it's from one destination to the next.
That's what I mean. Like it's a race to who can do it fast.
But
right?
the thing that's fun is that parsecs is actually a measurement of distance rather than time. So he basically made the run. He took a route from this one destination to another that is just incredibly dangerous. So he was able to make the route. He basically took a shortcut that was incredibly dangerous.
And that's like in the lore or something?
Yeah.
And that's going to be tackled in this
I
movie?
don't know. I
think that's what
I don't even know if that lore is even.
I think that's what that
anymore.
squid monster. I think that's the Kessel Run, because if he's going through a dangerous thing.
I don't know. They mention it in Force Awakens. Ray's like, this is the ship that made the Kessel Run in 15
Oh yeah, he's made the Kessel Run. It's just a question of what he did. But that to me is like, that's gonna be a cool set piece. But to me, it's like, okay, it's cool that Vin Diesel wins a race in Fast and the Furious really fast, and he drives back with the car on fire. Like I want to know what we're doing here, and I still don't like this whole idea of Han Solo like mixing up with the bad guys like before New Hope. You know, like okay, the Star Destroyer's after him, so it's like he's always been on the radar. It's just we're getting that territory where it's too close, and it's that when we're gonna maybe talk about the Cloverfield in a review of it. I just feel like it could be hamstring of like trying to make pieces of the puzzles fit. That's why I like Rian Johnson's trilogy idea of like, oh, it's gonna be completely new and separate, because I don't need to worry about like how does this work and how does this work, and they've already touched upon it. I'm not going to judge them fully till I see the movie, because I imagine if I watch a Phantom Menace preview, Ewan McGregor would be like, oh man, that's Obi-Wan. So I'll wait, because when I watched the prequels, it's like, man, Ewan McGregor is great as Obi-Wan. I don't want Alden to do an impression, but I still want to feel like it's the same character. And just from what I've seen so far, it doesn't. And I'm not even saying, like, I don't need the voice, I don't need even the look, I can get past that. It's just something about the mannerisms. It's just, Harrison Ford in the 70s was such a charismatic dude that I don't know if you can capture that again with somebody, and that's where I'll take the other approach with Lando and Donald Glover. I can just look at him like, oh, that feels like Lando. The way he smiles, the way he moves, he has it down pat. Where with Alden right now, I'm not digging it, and I think if he works in the movie, the rest of it can be okay, but we'll really enjoy it. It's kind of like Jack Sparrow in the Lesser Pirates movies, where it's like, oh, Johnny Depp was great, so he kind of rose everything up. If Alden's just kind of all right, which I think he's gonna be, I think the movie's kind of going to be like a fart in the wind and move along. I don't even think it's going to be like Last Jedi offensive. I think people will like it to kind of like it, and we'll just kind of move on like, oh, that happened. And yeah, I'm not any more excited. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. And Han Solo's my favorite Star Wars character. So I just don't think we need this movie. Every time I see this, I know we don't need anything. Really.
I think it's just a bit too soon after Force Awakens where I guess...
What happened to him, Dylan?
Well, big spoilers, but he may have got killed.
And, he may have. Yeah, we don't know.
I actually don't know. It's pretty ambiguous, and he falls in a pit. Maybe there's a tramp thing down there. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Wow.
I mean, let's be honest. Darth Sidious fell into the Death Star, and then, according to the books, he also was alive later.
Those books aren't real anymore.
I know, but for a period of time, he was still alive after falling into
People can fall and survive.
I mean, Phasma fell into a large pit. Is she gonna come back? Who knows?
No.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Let's hope not, but
we gave her a couple chances.
She'll be in Han Solo. Yeah.
I bring that up because obviously it's been a while really since we've had like a lot of Han Solo, because he was in Force Awakens like a decent amount, but now he's gone and he's not coming back in these newer iterations. But it still feels like, we just kind of, that character just passed away a couple of years ago.
He did, literally.
So,
Three.
Like maybe if they did this movie in a few years, a few years down the road, perhaps that would be more interesting, or people would, man, I'm missing some Han Solo action. But right now, it just seems too soon.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm curious about is, I guess they're introducing like a love interest. That's what I wager it's going to be. I barely could tell from the trailer because she's very little in the trailer, but Taylor posted some like posters that they made for this movie, and she has like a whole splash card thing. So I'm guessing she's going to be some. I'm guessing it's a love interest. I mean, it kind of has to be.
Or just like a friend from his past. Like maybe they grew up together. Because when she's like, I know who you are, but I hope it's not. I don't need a love interest.
I always want a love interest.
I don't want a love interest if it's there just for the sake of there being a love interest. If she's if it's an interesting story and the character's interesting, then I'm all for it. I'm just kind of curious if it is a love interest. Like, is there going to be a conclusion of that in this movie? Like, is she going to die in the end, or are they going to split ways, or is it going to be like ambiguous and they split at some other point in the future? Or is Greedo going to take it? That's all. That guy, he sneaks in there. So.
Yeah. I kind of hope maybe it's like Lando's love interest, and they kind of just all end up. Like, I just don't want her to be Han's love interest. It's not just the Leia thing, it's just, I just don't
I guess
want
I assume that
on.
Because it's the Han Solo movie, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know a whole lot about Lando.
Han doesn't seem like the guy to have a love interest until Leia.
Well, that's kind of, that's what I feel like more than I'm the person that can say that Force Awakens is not fully a retread, but that's where with Han Solo, if they're just literally doing the exact same storylines like arc-wise as New Hope, then I don't understand the point. Like, I kind of want him to be like a really dirty scoundrel guy, where he looks kind of really happy in this trailer for the moment. Like, he looks like a good guy in this trailer, and maybe there's an event that makes him a bad guy. Maybe this girl dies, and that's why he's kind of a piece of shit. So fair enough, we can see, but I don't know. I don't think I need to know that a girl died to make him mad until he met another girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want to be Wonder Woman just 100 years later still fucking thinking about Steve Trevor.
On that note, I forgot to mention about Lando and Han, their actors. I think Donald Glover, like you said that perfectly. Like, I think the way he acts and like he smiles and just looks in the trailer, I just got straight up Lando vibes, 110%. I think he is perfect, and especially like with Han Solo, like I definitely didn't feel like it was when he talked. It definitely wasn't. The way he expressed himself didn't feel like that kind of like...
It wasn't when he talked.
It wasn't when he expressed in the cantina with his gun. Just kind of...
Big chunk.
He was very much just even that. I was trying to look for that moment when he turns around and he's like, "See, everything's okay."
I don't like that line.
It just doesn't feel right.
It felt very Marvel-esque in a way, which was kind of weird. Like, and I know it's because it's Disney, but yeah, that line for me completely fell flat. Like, oh yeah, that's all right. It's like, this something's not right. And you never answered me. What is getting you more excited other than just seeing stuff that you already love, like a Star Destroyer or a Wookiee?
Always a Star Destroyer.
Yeah, like I feel like you got enough of them on Rogue One. You should have your fill and then keep watching that movie over and over.
I love how they're just taking a movie and they're just filling in a huge gap of lore and just showing us so much stuff. Yes, there's a Star Destroyer and the Wookiee, but we're gonna get all these tidbits of storyline and nods to all these different things. And for me as a Star Wars fan, I love the nods and the Easter eggs and incorporations and just the general flow of just a simple story with the character in the Star Wars universe. I think that's just what reaches to me.
Are you not worried that it could hurt Episode 4 though, in the sense of like I said with Han, if he's like this really good guy the whole time, doesn't that defeat the purpose of why is he that guy back in the cantina, super cocky?
I know that there's probably, I mean, I don't know what year in the timeline this is. I'm assuming
it's. They say 5 years before
after Revenge of the Sith or before New Hope.
This is before New Hope. Yeah,
I know, but you said 5 years
I think
before
this
New Hope?
he's supposed to be 5 years younger, which is like
5 years.
That's kind of, it looks like he's maybe like 10, 15 years younger.
That's what I've heard, or that's what I think they've said is 5.
Those movies are old. They, I don't know, camera effects, you know.
It's definitely cutting it close. I would feel much better if it was 10, 15 years, like when the Empire was first
30,
starting
make
out.
him a child.
Then we would have got Shia LaBeouf, and then
but
that worked out so well in Indiana Jones 4.
I definitely, I don't know. I think a lot can happen in 5 years, so he probably has some shit.
That's true. Okay.
Swindle a lot of ladies.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say on Soul that comes out in May, same month as Deadpool Infinity War?
I don't like the main theme of it, like at the very end when they showed the titles. And
the title's kind of cheesy too, the way it like spins and whatnot.
I don't know. I didn't like that part of the score. Just didn't.
I hope there is no crawl at the start of this movie.
Yeah, that's a good question if there's gonna be a crawl or not. Because Rogue One they didn't, but I'll still say no.
They probably won't do one
for the stories. They won't have a crawl.
Yeah, because like Kathleen Kennedy said, like, oh, that'll make it feel different, but it's like you're supposed to do that with the movie.
It definitely feels weird. Like with Rogue One, it had like Rogue One.
This is the one thing that feels different. No crawls. Like, oh shit, fuck.
It's weird because like with Rogue One, it was just Lucasfilm, and then it just like the music was like bang, and then the ship was just flying.
Sorry, listeners.
He didn't even peek.
I didn't peek. I'm good. But I feel like Han Solo, it'll be the same kind of gist that they do.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes, because yeah, the online reaction is definitely kind of a 50-50. Everyone seems like excited for Lando, but other than that, like...
I've seen a lot of comments saying, wow, Disney, you just killed Star Wars.
A lot of people are not happy, and that's the one thing that I'm most interested in, is if it gets like a very meh reaction. I'm very interested to see what the anticipation is going to be like going into Episode 9 with Last Jedi and this, if both these are kind of rocky with the fans. Like, no... Before people get on their soapboxes, Episode 9 is going to make a boatload of money. Like, they're not going to fail. Same thing as Solo, but it'll just be interesting to see, like, you know. But you know what? I trust in JJ.
I think so, you know. Like,
he'll save us again.
When Rey activates that, like, yellow lightsaber or something, I think all the fanboys would be like...
Wow. That's choking on semen?
No.
Wow. I thought that as like tentacles coming out of their mouths.
Tentacles in space.
Senior tentacles.
Let's talk about a man who may have tentacles, may not, but he's looking for some stones. Thanos, Infinity War, 30 seconds.
Didn't know where you were going.
There are many places.
Thanos is in the house. What do we think about this? Also, just a 30-second.
Very quick trailer.
Yeah, like I'll go quick. I just like what they did there, as far as from a marketing standpoint.
I like what you did there.
Well, no, it's like if people don't know about this movie, they just showed a bunch of the people teaming up, going at it, not going, but like getting together, about to go out with Thanos. And I still reckon that I still hope we only get one more full trailer. We don't need. We can just keep doing 30-second spots like this of just them running at shit. Like that's all you need. Like that moment where Doctor Strange makes something and Iron Man just picks up and shoots it. Just show moments like that. You don't need to show anything else. So I think it was a perfect 30-second thing, and they probably spent their money well at Disney. So just more hype.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot to be said. There isn't really anything new.
No.
Iron Man's got a sweet suit though.
Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna be designed so you can go in space. I bet that's why it's all looking really glossy and whatnot.
And there's that cool moment where Spider-Man takes off his mask because it's really intense.
Well, I'm wondering with that though. He doesn't look like he's like on Earth. That's my only thing. Like it looks like there's. So I'm like
that ring thing that he's on.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing that was above the city.
There
right?
is, but when you look at where it is,
it
looks like it's above the Earth. Like it looks like that sort of thing. Where I could be wrong.
Well,
but
maybe that thing was floating though in that first trailer, right?
Yeah. So I'm just wondering how high Spidey can get before he like can take off that mask and be all right. That's what I'm wondering. You know.
The real question is how high can spiders get before they have to.
Boom.
You can take that two ways.
Can we get the insectologists on this case, please?
The what?
The insectologists.
Okay.
I don't know what the science is of studying insects. I'm sorry. So.
It's okay, Dylan.
So I didn't actually notice in the first trailer like the Captain America shield.
Gauntlets, yeah.
I did not notice those for whatever reason.
They weren't really there in the first trailer.
Well, they weren't.
Like, they were.
That scene when he's
at the
running in
very
the
end.
jungle.
Yeah.
But I didn't
But
notice
that's
them.
it.
So they're pretty cool, I guess.
Oh yeah. It'll do. He has no shield, so.
It looks like they're a lot bigger in this one than when he's running. So
it looks like they
can,
kind of
expand,
they're mechanized.
Yeah,
right?
they can like expand into like a bigger shield sort of.
Mm-hmm.
You can just he puts them together. They just wrap around, so his arms like stuck though, like just this like giant shield.
Chinese finger trap.
Yikes.
Captain trap.
Yeah.
The other scene. So when Tony he's like taking off his glasses and his armor is doing something really weird.
Yeah.
I don't really like. What do you guys think's going on there?
It's like, from what I take it, like all of his different movies, he's always got a new way of applying his suit, and this is the
To me,
latest
it didn't
way.
look.
It's like just
It didn't look like.
holding on.
To me, it looked like some sort of regeneration. I was kind of confused because it didn't look like any of the scenes before where it's like been just like his armor flies from whatever and applies to his body.
Well, some people too are wondering why in normal day when he's walking around, why does he have a chest plate again? Because he got that taken out, right? So that is there all time. So I'm wondering if it's like a almost like medieval like very sleek chainmail that can just turn into a thing. Like if you look at Black Panther and like his technology, they literally like if you see the trailers, literally they just stand in this tray like the suit just like morphs around their body. So I'm not saying Black Panther is saying they do that, but I think it'll be just some really new sleek way that he could like put it on at any time, kind of like the suitcase, but he doesn't have to like spend 18 minutes like unloading it. So
I don't know if it would take him 18 minutes. I think he's got it pretty quick.
Not what I've heard, but yeah.
Great shot of Thor and Rocket flying him around and wherever they're going. Yeah.
Well, another thing with this teaser, and we kind of have the first one, this is very Two Towers-ish, where you can tell the three sectors of teams. You have like Cap, Black Panther. You have all the non-superhero people like Cap, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, like Black Widow. They're all together on. Obviously, it's Wakanda. I'd imagine that they're having a big war there.
And then you got the people that can fly.
You have all the popular characters who quip with Downey, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. Yeah, and then you have Wong too. You got Wong.
Don't forget Wong.
Possible.
Yeah. So you have them in New York, I imagine, and then you got Guardians and Thor in space. Yeah, we know at some point they are gonna get together at the end, but I wonder how. I wonder if that's the I imagine like maybe even 20, like 30 minutes left, like the finale.
Really?
Of them all being because I think it's gonna end on a cliffhanger. So I think that would be because I've said this on the Marvel retrospective. My theory is that almost everyone dies, and then the second one it's time travel for Downey to.
Do we have a runtime for this movie yet?
8 hours, 18 hours.
Sick.
I hope so. I think they have said it's going to be the longest one. I think the longest one was Civil War with 2.5 hours. So I can see this being 2:45. I'm fine if it's 3 hours.
If it's close to 3 hours, I don't think it would take until the last 20 minutes for a big team up. Then I think it would be like around maybe like the last hour, last hour or so.
Well, the thing is, because do we get everyone together though at the end? Because I still think they say.
I mean, I don't know if you'll ever get a shot with every single person, just because that's like physically impossible except for CGI.
Don't. Well, it is CGI. Like those spinning shots, they're not all there.
Really? Like in Avengers, they were.
I think
all
Avengers
on set?
1 maybe, but in Avengers 2 you'll see there's a spinning shot where they're all fighting and whatnot. They all shot those things separately. Same thing with Civil War. There's times where when they're running, they weren't all running at the same time. They just filmed them solely.
But I mean, like just with how many people they have now in like cast in one movie, the odds that all of them would ever be on all on set.
They
in
did
one
that
day.
shoot a few months ago where they got every single
person.
Yeah, in one room.
Not one guy's missing.
Well,
Not
I'm
even
sure
one.
fucking like I don't know. I wasn't there. They haven't released those photos yet, but they were because what's his name? Mark Ruffalo got in trouble for live tweeting it, and they had to take the video down. But they're doing something. Yeah. But I guess I more mean in the sense, do we see like an Iron Man and Cap get back together in this movie? Because I feel like they might save that because they have so much tension going on. I don't like. And the other thing is like with this war with Wakanda, where is that place? Because that to me feels like even though they would meet up, that feels like a finale sort of deal with them all fighting like a bunch of these Thanos goons. So like I still will stand by that. I think it might be the last half hour that they all team up, even if it's 3 hours.
They're all kind of doing their own separate thing, and then in terms of Cap and Iron Man and their group doesn't even realize what's going on with Cap and how he's fighting them as well, and then he comes across it right as, say, Captain dies or something grave happens to them.
Spoiler!
And then he realizes everything in the past is being very petty compared to what's happening now, and he has to go back and save them.
Well, here's a curveball for you.
All that stuff.
So in New York, the Hulk is with them as Bruce Banner, but then the Hulk is also in Wakanda during the battle. So how do we get that where he gets sent to Wakanda? Like, is it the reverse? Because
he can run pretty fast.
I've seen theories that Thanos managed to split the Hulk and Bruce Banner apart, and then it's actually Bruce Banner's in the Hulkbuster suit.
Yeah,
that is.
Well, I know. I bet he's 100% in the Hulkbuster suit because in that first trailer he's standing by. I don't think it's gonna be that. I think there's gonna be a moment where he's getting beaten down with the Hulkbuster suit, and he turns into the Hulk in the Hulkbuster suit, and you have like a cool action figure that all the kids are gonna buy. That the Hulk has all this Iron Man armor around it.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
But even if they split him up, how does Bruce Banner get from New York to Wakanda without like any like D Strange or Tony Stark going? So I wonder if there's almost a moment
where is Wakanda? Is there?
People can't find her. Remember, it's like Wonder Woman's like an invisible.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like how does he get there?
Who knows?
Magic.
I think
Doctor Strange.
My prediction is now I've changed my mind completely. I'm wrong. I think in the middle of the movie, Cap and Iron Man they'll all meet up and they're gonna decide you guys go to Wakanda and then we go to space. So that's what I think is gonna happen, and that's how Banner gets there. Because it doesn't make much sense. Because I think Banner because Thor Ragnarok, this ship gets blown up. I think because there's a moment where in the teasers they keep showing like Mark Ruffalo with his shirt off and he's crashed through Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum. I think he fell from the sky to there, which just happens to be great luck that he fell into Doctor Strange's house.
He keeps falling, like, just generally, you know?
Oh, yeah. He falls free falling. Phil, you haven't talked about the teaser at all?
Well, to answer your question about how they can meet, Captain America did leave Tony Stark that cell phone.
That's true. He did with that number, which, man, if Cap loses that, they're fucked.
All relying on something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, in regards to the trailer, I think it was just fine and dandy. It got me just sweating and itching for a good time.
Dandy and fine.
Yet you still put a Jurassic World over this movie. I don't understand it.
Did I?
Wait, how is it just fine and dandy but also making you sweat?
Because fine and dandy is like the equivalent to sweating.
Ooh.
To me, I feel like sweating is like the ultimate.
Strongly disagree with that.
Yeah.
Because I would say,
sweating, things aren't okay.
They're really okay.
I don't know.
They're definitely not fine and dandy. I don't know.
But I definitely think that the trailer was it definitely displayed some cool qualities and features, and I love
qualities.
My favorite thing is Iron Man's suit always transitioning in every single movie. How like Avengers, it was him with the suit following the bracelets, and then Iron Man 3, it was like he put the chips in. It was different pieces connecting to his body, and it just kept escalating and escalating, and now we're at this where
nanobots.
These nanobots, which I feel like it has something to do with his jacket he's wearing constantly, which has the arc reactor built into it. I feel like.
Yeah.
So obviously it's gonna have something to do with his clothes, but I think that's super cool. Spider-Man, yes please, and I think that this is gonna be.
You say that like we didn't know he was gonna be in it, and then it was like, yes please.
I think this movie just looks all around like a amazing time, and I can't wait. I'm I'm very much ready to watch this and just get to the satisfaction of just enjoying it. And I'm very much
Spider-Man die.
Yes, I'm bracing myself for. He's not gonna die.
He's gonna die.
He has a sequel movie coming out.
He's gonna die, but Tony's gonna save him. Cause that first shot in that trailer when he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Tony," and then later before the trailer, Tony was like crying. He's gonna cry if a kid dies. So I think he's gonna save all of them. But Peter's definitely. I think he's gonna die. That little guy can't take on Thanos.
Who are you kidding? I definitely feel like we're gonna get to a part where they're gonna fight Thanos, and then it'll cut away to like part 2 or something.
I think Thanos is gonna win that fight. He's gonna pimp off, and that's when we'll cut to
He's gonna
part
pimp
2.
off.
I think for you, who's the
Pimp
biggest Pirates fan, I think it's gonna end the exact same way as Pirates 2, when Johnny Depp is gone, and they're like, "Oh, they're all sad. What we're gonna go do?" And then
Peter
Barbosa.
Parker's gonna be dead.
Well, yeah,
What
like,
are
it's
you
not
gonna
gonna be
do?
Barbosa, but it's gonna be that moment of like you couldn't save him, and that's what it's gonna be. Like somebody's gonna pop up. I don't know who, if it's like a big character.
So it'll be a character that died before that comes back.
No. I just think it's
Red
gonna be a
Skull or
similar.
someone.
Yeah, you want to say Spider-Man? It's gonna be a similar ending where it's like there's a way you can change all this. Maybe it's Stanley as the Guardian. I don't know. But fuck, that would actually suck. Him delivering these big dramatic lines. Oh, Excelsior, super friend. The other thing is though, people keep speculating, which I think this is because he's gonna die. We've yet to see Hawkeye in any of these trailers.
He's dead.
I think he dies pretty early on.
Thanos.
He's Thanos. He's on Team Thanos.
Yeah, who is there anyone else we haven't seen?
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Right.
Yeah, but I think the actress who plays.
too small.
Yeah, that's true. The actress.
They've actually have been in
Illustrated,
you just can't see them.
The actress who plays Wasp says she's in it very minorly, so I just think they're gonna have maybe a small role or cameo or something. Because in the previews, which we're gonna talk about Ant-Man 2, it seems like Paul Rudd was maybe locked up or something. So maybe that's why he's not really helping out right now.
He's in prison again.
And the other thing is I gotta show because he's gonna for sure die. Anytime we see shots of Loki, he's just in that dark fucking room. We never see him anywhere else. You know he's dying. I'm calling it. He dies in the first 15 minutes of the movie. That's my prediction.
First 15?
It's gonna. The beginning of the movie, I think, is gonna be when Thanos took over.
He's
that
gonna
parade
die when
ship.
like the credits are still like introducing all the actors.
The Marvel
His
Studios
name's
logo,
gonna-
it just shows him dying in the M. Like, oh, what the fuck?
No, like it's gonna be all the actors' names. As his name pops up, like that's the scene he dies.
Yeah.
So like in the first couple minutes.
Yeah, but
Not good.
I promise you, 15 minutes, Loki's dead.
We're gonna hold you to that.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Travis, please, it's gonna happen. Because what a gut punch that would be to start a movie to show, oh, this is not like your mom and dad's Avengers. You know, like
Right.
if Loki just got killed in front of Thor, like.
Disney throws a quick fuck you out there. Yeah.
Loki has been killed in front of Thor.
Well, real this time, you know, like he's gonna like probably evaporate Loki right in front of him. Yeah.
Do you think when he dies though, it's like a hologram or something?
No, I think he actually dies, and then maybe he comes
I don't
back.
think
but-
Thanos would be fooled by a hologram.
No, he has X-ray goggles.
Yeah, he probably does.
Speaking of the people we didn't see, Ant-Man and the Wasp. That trailer is not part of Super Bowl trailers, but came out a few days ago, so we didn't get to talk about. But we're gonna talk about right now.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think it showed just a lot of really fun scenes. I really liked the shot of, oh man, what's his the guy's name again? The professor dude.
Hank Pym.
Hank Pym, yeah, that guy. Turns that building into like a suitcase. I thought
Yeah.
that was
Great.
pretty awesome.
Mm.
Love seeing that little tiny car and just like popping off into full size, throwing another car over.
The knives too, and she's
the knives, yeah. There's so many cool shots, and I get the feeling that we're gonna see a lot more than just like this trailer showed. And I don't know. I think it's a really fun idea to play with in terms of like there's just so many things you can do with changing size, especially now since he can turn into Giant Man. Obviously, at some point he's cruising around by some yacht. So
yeah.
I'm really excited for this movie, and I think the chemistry between those two, Ant-Man and Wasp being those two, I think like obviously we got it in the first movie quite a bit, but I think they have pretty good chemistry together. So I think it's gonna be a fun journey. Not sure. I guess villain. We don't really,
Ghost. We see her in it. Yeah.
very
She the one
briefly.
who's like.
Yeah, and she has like that like Destiny looking costume with like it's a hood and white, and she has like four eyes going
Right,
on.
right.
So.
Yeah, so I don't really know anything about that character from comics and such,
I'm
but
gonna say don't expect much. I just
No?
have a feeling this is gonna be like Marvel's been doing really good
I think
with
it'll
their
be
villains
similar to
lately.
the first Ant-Man. Then?
Yeah. Marvel's been, I think, on the upswing with their villains. I think this is gonna be more of the classic, like, this girl's just kind of a one-off,
Yeah.
like business dealer, which might not be the worst thing after this comes after Infinity War, right? So might be a fun, just like, oh, let's just have some greedy villain.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it obviously it'd be cool to have like a well-developed villain, but I think for the sake of this movie, there's other things that are I guess more interesting to see anyway. in terms of visual effects, and I guess Paul Rudd. I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's great.
Indeed. I'm excited for Paul Rudd. I'm excited to see Paul Rudd on the run.
Hey!
And, I'm excited to see Paul Rudd post-Civil War. And more than just Paul Rudd, though, I'm excited to see just kind of the universe and kind of like where everything's at after post-Civil War. Because it seems like it's fairly shortly after.
Yeah.
So it'll be good to see that. And I'm just excited to see more of that universe and more of Paul Rudd. I don't think that it really needs a strong villain, because I think it's definitely a lot more centered on Paul Rudd as Ant-Man and his relationship with Wasp, obviously, as per the title. So I feel like the villain's gonna be almost like a very minor role.
I think so
and
too.
it's gonna be more about them kind of dealing with post-Civil War and all that kind of stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. I think it'll be fun. And it'll be a nice refresher, especially after how heavy Infinity War is probably gonna finish up with.
Yeah.
All
Heavy.
those emotions and death and sadness. And then it's gonna be Paul Rudd just having a good time.
Big crisis.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So I'm excited. It's still one of my most anticipated for this year, I think. So
Most.
did I say that? Was that one of my top
I don't
ones?
think so, but we'll
Maybe
give
it
to
is.
you.
I don't know. I'll take it.
I'm looking forward to this. I never saw Ant-Man in theaters, and I regret that because I saw it afterwards, and I thought this movie is amazing. Like, this is an amazing experience, and watching this trailer literally made me feel like this is the equivalency of ants in your pants. Like, this is awesome.
That's not a good
So,
thing.
I don't like ants in my pants.
Your analogies are all over.
But you're talking about TV
I've
show.
had ants in my pants
Quite
before. It's not
possibly.
pleasant.
And who's gonna answer?
I'm more of a bananas and pajamas sort of guy.
Hey!
But yeah,
When are we
think,
getting that remade into a movie? And oh, come on.
Please,
Gotcha.
let's do it.
Ranchos and bananas and pajamas.
I think that this movie, though, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a great time to see just these characters and what their experiences are after Civil War. I'm excited to see how Paul Rudd adapts to like having to deal with dragging everyone else into like this underground like crime kind of escape, be on the run kind of feel, because with his actions in Civil War, she calls him out like, we're on the run now because of you. So I'm excited to see how that's going to go on and take place. But I mean, it looked like it was super much fun. When
Super
that
Munch!
Hello Kitty Pez dispenser was launched. I mean, I love Pez, and it's all.
I love Pez.
They got me.
Favorite things right there. Pez and Hello Kitty.
Yeah, I was surprised how good the trailer was. It's really entertaining. It got me even more excited because Ant-Man, I say, is a movie I watch, and I like it more and more every time. It was a lot more action-heavy than I thought it was going to be, and not a bad thing because the action looked really good. I think they make the Wasp look like a huge star in this because she's kicking so much ass. For Paul Rudd, kind of just looked like he was always just kind of figuring out as he goes along, but she just looks like she's just out there. I got a lot of vibes from the gadgets and from the way it was paced. More of like the Pierce Bronson type, but like I got a lot of James Bond type of vibes from it in a way. It's like very like secret agent, you got gadgets, they're on the run, like you're gonna have like a global type of villain, I think, with somebody to do with business or something like that. Like some, James Bond, there's always some guy, oh, why does he want to destroy the world? Oh, for real estate, okay, cool. Like I feel like it's gonna be something similar to that where it's like, why does she need this stuff? Oh, because she could be rich, okay, fine. Like, I don't know, Hank Pym looked great, and yeah, this just jumped up so far. I didn't like the very beginning of the trailer. So I thought I was going to like the trailer because he was like talking about, so he was like, oh, if you would have helped with Cap. Like, I think that was the point. They're trying to be comedic, but at first like, that's the only thing that didn't work for me, but the rest of it was flawless, and I love that trailer. It blew me away, and I'm very, very excited. So now I'm almost expecting to get let down because I'm getting more and more excited for Ant-Man 2, and now I'll be like, oh yeah, that was not the greatest, but yeah.
I think it'll be a fun experience either way.
I think so.
One more shot I forgot about is at some point it looks like he shrinks down to the size of like a bacteria or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 1 to 2 second clip. So I'm curious
He's smaller.
what
It
happens
looks like he
in
gets
that
eaten by it,
situation.
honestly.
You think he gets eaten by a bacteria?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what it looked like to me.
That could be I don't know. I'm just curious to see why would you shrink that small? What purpose would that do?
Well, remember when they were talking about in the first movie of like going to whatever it was, like the Phantom Zone or whatever the hell they called it, when you got too small and you would just keep getting smaller and smaller, and that's how they lost Hope, Hank Pym's wife. Right. I wonder if that's going to be part of it to try and get her back. Because she is in this movie, White Gold Michelle Pfeiffer, so she's not in any, she was in the trailer promotional stuff, so I think they're keeping that one close to the chest.
That'll be a fun storyline.
Yeah.
We'll go for it.
Are you excited for Michelle Pfeiffer?
Oh my god,
Michelle Thieves.
She could be in anything.
Lawrence Fishburne in this movie as well.
Yeah, jumping on ship from BVS.
Yeah.
And Man of Steel, I don't know.
Maybe hoping for seems like he's going to have a pretty tiny role in this movie. But
was that supposed to be a pun?
Sort of.
He's playing Goliath, a guy. They're gonna, I think there's gonna be more flashbacks of when they were superheroes, because Goliath was a superhero who could get big like Ant-Man. So I think there's gonna be flashbacks to like him back in the day with Hank Pym and the original Wasp. So I think we're gonna see a lot of CGI young people that are old.
Cool.
Yeah.
CGI young people that are old.
You know what else has a lot of CGI? Taylor, I'll throw to you first. Jurassic World released another.
No, those are actually all real dinosaurs.
Wow.
They birthed them.
They birthed them? Who birthed them?
Scientists and anesthesiologists. I don't know.
Anesthesiologists, wow.
People did. I don't know where I'm going with this. Save me, Taylor.
I definitely will give you that, Travis. There's a lot of CGI, and there's one pet peeve I have with Jurassic Park or Jurassic World is the weight of CGI on this franchise now. I love Jurassic Park because of its amazing use of like animatronics and that sort of thing, and just to see them transition. Like the only animatronic scene I could see in that trailer was Blue being like syringed, and Chris Pratt was like saying like "calm girl" or whatever. Like
calm girl.
I get that they can't. Well, no, you know what? They can. Fuck them.
Well, no, they can't. They can't for what they want to do with it. If you think about Jurassic Park and the T-Rex flipping over the Jeep and stepping on, that's very minor movements, a minor set. Dinosaurs running around in fucking New York or whatnot. They can't do practical.
That's understandable, but I mean, if you look at like Lost World, the T-Rex moving through the city was blended very well. And yes, it was some CGI, but it blended very well with animatronics.
But those T-Rexes weren't running through lava and shit like that, like in this trailer.
No, I know, but on the other hand,
they like exploded.
Yeah, there's a fucking volcano.
Michael bayed it out.
On the other hand, now the little girl in her room, that whole scene with that new hybrid dinosaur totally could have been animatronic.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I really, really wish that it was, because this scary new dinosaur, that's one thing with the Indominus Rex. I don't think there was one scene in the Indominus Rex where it was animatronic. It was all CGI.
Oh, that's a huge
well, I think the tricky thing is if you do that with like one or two dinosaurs in the movie, I think that will look even weirder. Like, obviously you'd prefer to have practical effects, but if your movie is 99% CGI, and then you have like those one or two scenes that aren't, it would probably look dated, it would look strange, or
Beauty and the Beast. Emma Watson and the Beast, you know, sometimes those things don't match up if you have, and that's where it's like, in one scene if you had a practical dinosaur, like don't say that CGI.
Especially if you have, because you'd probably have that exact same dinosaur in another scene when maybe it isn't practical.
Yeah, like running around.
Yeah, and that's understandable. I totally agree with you. But then they should be able to learn and make it blend well, like with the original Jurassic Park movies, because they were able to blend it. Like, I know not all scenes can be in the rain or whatever, but that first scene with the T-Rex in the rain, that helped manage the CGI to that point where it blended perfectly well with the animatronics. And I wish that
I think those are definitely some really iconic scenes, and I feel like they do stand the test of time to some capacity, so I would like to see more of that as well. I just think for the vision they have, it's just wouldn't work.
Yeah, the problem is they have to up their game, right? You can't have a T-Rex flipping another car over, so it has to be that, and then you can't do that impractical.
I just want them to be able to find that happy medium, but I know it's hard because they're going for that dinosaurs exploding and all that stuff.
The dinosaurs are suicide bombing.
The biggest bomb we can get. Put it in the
time grenade launcher. It's like T-Rex with this tiny little arm.
So CGI aside, what do you think about the actual Spawn?
The actual trailer got me really, really excited.
It's longer than I thought it was going to be when I watched it.
I'm
like a minute 30.
I'm so pumped. I definitely love that hybrid walk in the little girl's room. Why? I don't know why it did, but the classic original Raptor, like, with its toe or whatever.
That's the sound, folks. Taylor actually does all the raptor sound effects for the Jurassic Park series.
You looked really aggressive when you were doing that too. I mean, I guess it fits dinosaur vibes, but
You like that dinosaur?
you like that?
But the whole feel, it definitely felt more a little bit like horror-esque kind of feel. Like.
Well, the director said he wanted to do that, but to me that's the only scene that kind of has that. Well, there's a couple when that guard is there, they're like, "You need to help us out," and then he gets.
I love that scene.
Yeah, I've never read the book, but people say the Jurassic Park book has a lot more horror themes in it. And Jay Bayona said that he wanted to do that, so that gets me a little excited, you know.
Yeah, there's a couple scenes that I could like you can splice together, like the whole thing they're building up of. Bryce Dallas Howard and that guy in the tunnel when the baryonyx is coming through,
It's awful.
They escape because you can see the helicopter flying away with it after, and you see the two people wet. So
I didn't know that. You've clearly watched this trailer a bunch of times. I just was like, why'd they make this guy scream so loud and high pitched for the joke?
I thought it was the girl, but then I
It's
rewatched it. I'm like, wow.
into the transition.
Yeah,
into the
that's
next
what I was like,
scene.
who the
oh.
fuck edited this? Like, that's not like that. I get, yeah.
I have to admit though, I'm definitely really excited to see how
I have to admit.
I
Like it's something fucking sacred.
I'm super stoked to see how InGen is like incorporating their hand into the play, and like when they're looking through the vents, they're like, "What is this?" And it's like it's a new dinosaur or something, and just like I'm so stoked to see how InGen's like manipulating the dinos and stuff.
Yeah, I'll give you this. I actually liked this better than the first trailer because the first trailer was nothing. I don't think what the actual movie's gonna be because we got her and Chris Pratt still doing this diddle daddle of dating, but. The movie, the trailer kept me on my toes, but at the same time when I was watching it, I was just like, I don't know how this is going to function as a movie. This looked like a great like video game preview. I'm like, oh, I'd love to play that. I don't know if I'm going to love to watch this because it just looked like we were going all over the fucking map. And I didn't necessarily think the trailer was bad, and I liked it better than the first one. It made me go, okay, I'm interested to see what this is now, as opposed to the first one, it's like, oh, we're going back to the island, big volcano. I think that's going to happen, but I guess it's the same amount of screen time.
Do you feel like the volcano incident, I thought that was going to be a major point of the movie, was them
I think it's middle to beginning. Middle to beginning.
I get the feeling now after this trailer, and I agree with you, Travis, that I like this trailer a lot more. I think I get the feeling now that scene, or hopefully, I guess I should say, is in the first like half an hour or 40 minutes or something like that, and then we get elsewhere with it. And yeah, that scene of in that bedroom, like that reminds me of, was that in the second Jurassic Park when
the tent and the T-Rex thing through?
Because it reminds me of that, and I have some nostalgic memories for those aspects of those original movies. So I like that scene a lot for sure. Mm-hmm. I kind of interrupted you, Travis. Do you have anything else?
No, I'm done. It's a movie that I think I still think is going to be all right. I'm not going to get too excited for it, but maybe it'll surprise me. When does it come out? It's like June or something?
Yeah. June.
Enough time. If it was coming out in May, I'd be less excited, but June, they're probably, nothing going on. Dinosaurs. I think it'll at least be a fun watch. I'll at least like it maybe more than Kong Skull Island. I'll say it like that. Like, it's gonna be this big like monster adventure.
That's a low bar.
Well, yeah. Hey, I gave Skull 6. I had a good time with it, So.
We got Chris Pratt. He's a good one.
Yeah, I always like Chris Pratt. I like watching him. So.
It'll be our biggest month of the year.
Biggest month of the year.
Why? Because that movie? I think it'll be because E3's happening, not because fucking Jurassic World.
I was trying to make a joke, but because it's right after Avengers, Solo, and Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't pan out, though.
Nope.
Didn't pan out.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Solo.
I really need a life raft here, don't you?
Hey!
You can't laugh. You weren't here for the Shape of Water review. You don't know the end joke.
But did you watch our review?
No spoilers.
Check out our Shape of Water review.
I thought you said a raft because he was drowning.
You can watch.
Wow. Fuck you,
No,
man.
I was making a pun, not taking a shot at him.
I thought you were taking a shot at him.
Go check out our Shape of Water review. Check out my Altered Carbon review, by the way. I forgot to plug that. Altered You need to start watching that too. That show's fucking phenomenal. I'm about to watch it again.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
It's fantastic.
Is it one season right now?
Yeah, 1 season, 10 episodes. All of them are an hour.
10 hours.
Yeah. It flies by.
I can do that tonight before my next shift. I have plenty of time.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else to say about Jurassic.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say.
I have
Did
to
you like it
Grace is
more
not
than
going
the
to be on
first
that review.
I don't even know if I watched the first trailer.
Oh, wow.
You didn't miss anything.
It's like I'll watch it in theaters if we review it, but
We're
I'm not
reviewing
excited.
it. Yeah.
We have a Taylor.
The only thing I'm really excited for is Chris Pratt because I like him, but that's about it.
Do you like hybrid dinosaurs?
I mean, they've done it over and over again.
That's the problem.
It's
Jurassic
always-
World was all about
Do you like
hybrid
volcanoes? Do you like explosions?
It's always every time
Do
you
you like little arms?
Do you like
Big
dinosaurs
creatures?
that
The
explode?
last time we made a hybrid dinosaur, it didn't work out,
No.
but this time it will.
Well, that's like in the trailer. That guy's like, "Oh, but everything's gonna be different now." It's like, no, it's not.
We've been saying that for
Yeah.
30 years.
Every movie is like, this is the different way. It's like, yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah. So, you know what? It's not the same.
I'm
Where are
not
you
sure.
going? No, I don't know. Skyscraper.
Oh no.
I actually was the whole time stalling to have a transition. I didn't have it. But you
Oh.
know who still has it? Tom
Tom
Cruise, because he's a
Cruise!
big
Tom
star.
Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
I'm gonna start first just because I love this franchise. This to me was my favorite trailer of the entire weekend. I loved it. If you follow the franchise, this is the first like really like sequel we're getting, because they're always like James Bondish of like, oh, it's a new mission, new cast other than Cruise, and a new adventure. This is bringing back a bunch of people from the third one, who's my favorite one, and then from the previous one, Rebecca Ferguson is a fucking badass. The villain's back. It just looked like the stakes were risen. We got to see Henry Cavill with that mustache that ruined Justice League, so we know now why, you know, this is it. But you know what? This looks like a much better movie than Justice League, so you know what? I think he made the right call, or Paramount made the right call. It just looks good. It looks so... The amount of set pieces going on. You have one point, Tom Cruise is falling out of a helicopter. You have one point, he's driving a helicopter into a train. He's rock climbing. He's doing, and then that moment for people, if you've seen the Mission Impossible movies, that moment where I can't remember her name in the movie, but Rebecca Ferguson's, she's the agent, and they're like, they're not love interests, but there's like, she's an agent for a different organization, and they teamed together last movie, and just that line like, oh, how far are you gonna go, or are you gonna like, if you do this, you're gonna go too far past the line, right? And then when they stop, she stops the bike, he stops the car, and then he just fucking runs her over. It was like, oh man, Ethan Hawke is going off the grid, and it's good because in the trailer, one of my biggest cons about the Mission Impossible is every movie starts with, for some reason, the entire organization is against Ethan Hawke, and it's the same thing over and over. But in the trailer, they're like, how many times can we do this to him before he cracks? So it's like, oh good, so this I think might be the best Mission Impossible yet. 3's my favorite because you know JJ's a man, but. This is a franchise that somehow has gotten better and better with every movie. You look at fans and critical reviews, that's so rare for a franchise to be at like last the fifth one and be its best reviewed one. Like it's crazy. Like Saw wishes it had those numbers, you know. But
Was Rogue Nation the last?
yeah, Rogue Nation was the last
I
one.
don't really like that one.
Oh yeah.
I don't have a huge history of Mission Impossible, but
Have you seen all them all?
yes, I have.
Okay.
But back when I was,
A little
a little
Youngster.
tight.
Yeah, a little.
So
Little Jimmy.
Yeah, but yeah, I loved it. It was I'm very excited. I'm always excited for Mission Impossible. This trailer got me. Boom! I'm ready to go. I love Tom Cruise, and they even put that stunt in there where he broke his ankle. In one of the last shots, he did this stunt where he had to jump wall to wall and he broke his ankle, and they used that shot for the trailer. And then I imagine they'll use it for the movie too. So that
Nice.
shot, something happened.
In the background. Fuck!
back.
My ankle! Guys, help!
Why is he whining like that?
I don't know. He's Tom
he just
Cruise.
broke his ankle. Come on.
You can hear an ambulance in the
Yeah,
background.
I have to agree that was actually I really enjoyed this trailer a lot.
That bathroom fight scene too.
Oh my goodness.
With
that
him,
was
Henry Cavill, and
so-
some Asian agent too at the same time, who they did not explain in that trailer,
Yeah.
but they're beating each
Oh, it's
other up.
great.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. So I don't have a whole lot to say Mission Impossible wise, but compared to the last movie, which I didn't really like a lot, this has caught me like, yo, I want to see this.
Did you like the female agent?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember a whole lot. It wasn't very memorable.
Fair enough.
So
Memorable.
it is what it is.
Memorable.
Heard it here first, folks. Yeah, for me, it looked kind of like a sort of generic action movie. I don't have any experience with the series. I've seen one of them, but don't know which one. Don't remember it.
Mission Impossible Retro. No, I won't sell that one out.
I'm probably down to go see this one and do a review. Maybe I'll watch one or two of them. Who knows? Maybe I'll watch all of them before
You
then.
should watch all of them, but 2.
All of them, but
2's the only one
I'll
that's
watch
not
2
good.
on like 5 times speed.
Oh god, yeah. Which is funny. Before you continue, 2, the guy who plays the villain, Douglas Scott, he was originally cast as Wolverine before Hugh Jackman, and Mission Impossible 2 shooting went longer, so he had to drop out, and Hugh Jackman got the Wolverine role. And Mission Impossible is the weakest of the series, so, and you guys don't even know who Douglas Scott is, so that shows Sometimes you make the right call, and sometimes you don't make the right
Sometimes
call.
you make a Doug Henry move. What was his name?
Dougry Scott.
Dougry Scott.
Doug Henry.
I couldn't even remember his name 5 seconds later. Poor guy.
I'm Doug Henry.
I
was Wolverine once.
I'm excited to see Henry Cavill in another role because
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him in anything except Superman.
I don't think I recognize him.
Oh yeah, he's
As
like
Henry Cavill.
It's the mustache.
yeah. I think I don't know if he's gonna be a villain, but he was giving off some villainous vibes.
I mean,
in
he
this.
fights Ethan Hunt at once.
Well, I don't know. Is he a villain or is it the like, oh, he's an agent like tracking him, like agent v agent, or is he like a dirty agent?
Very dirty.
I'd say watch The Man from U.N.C.L.E. if you want to get the Henry Cavill spy vibe because
movie.
it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Armie Hammer's in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's some some nice shots as well. I really like that scene like climbing that mountain in New Zealand or wherever they were.
Yeah.
So yeah, some cool visual stuff.
Why
as
did
well.
you pick New Zealand?
I don't know. I was getting like some Lord of the Rings vibes.
Oh, okay.
You know. I have no.
I don't think I would have said New Zealand.
I can't carry it for
I don't
you,
know, dude. I don't.
but I can carry you.
Definitely wasn't British Columbia. I'll tell you that much.
Boil, mash them, stick them in a stew.
This entire film was filmed in British Columbia.
That'd be
Hold
cool.
it for a while. Anything else, Taylor? You didn't say anything, Mission
I had
Impossible?
nothing else.
This always
Stretch
happens
the laugh.
where we're talking about something, you're like, yeah, this is the worst of the franchise, and then I'm going next. Like, fuck.
2 was your favorite?
I used to rerun that shit all the time.
2 has some really good action ones, like with them in the desert with the guns and it's slow
Oh,
motion.
yes.
Yeah.
The knife coming down right
Yeah.
in his eye. Like,
And then because it's John Woo, who's like a great, and like he's like great these slow motion action shots and everything like that, and yeah, he's always obsessed with doves.
He was the director or something.
Yeah, he did Face Off and
Face
some
Off.
other big action
Jurassic
movies.
Park.
Not Jurassic Park.
Yeah, no, Mission Impossible 2 is definitely one of my favorites.
You can say it's your favorite.
It is my favorite. Watch that on VHS.
Yeah, VHS.
VHS. I almost forgot that existed.
Really?
The other Mission Impossibles were good. I don't remember much of Rogue Nation. I don't think I liked it that much.
It's not my favorite either. 3 is my favorite.
It definitely has the whole sense like, yeah, it's just, oh, why is the agency always turning on Ethan Hawke? Like, oh yeah. But you know,
Ethan Hunt.
Hunt? Oh yeah, you said
And
Ethan
the Hunter-
Hawke.
Oh, yeah,
Ethan
Ethan
Hunt's
Hawke's
in
an
it.
actor.
Yeah.
My bad. Not
Good
going
catch.
well for Travis today.
Yeah, no, but I'm excited. You know,
Got Hawkeye on the mind, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Where
I
is
mean,
he?
he is
Where
in.
is he?
He is in Mission Impossible 4 and 5 as well.
Hawkeye.
Yeah. That he is.
he plays Ethan Hawke.
Tom Cruise versus Hawkeye.
Tom Cruise comes in for Infinity War.
As Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I think after American Made, he's definitely on a bit of a high note right now. So.
I think he's 50-50.
The Mummy wasn't so great.
Yeah, but then an American Made after. So.
Okay. Skyrocket. Watch that post.
This guy. It's
It's
off camera.
Your career
I can do whatever I want up here.
Tom. It's skyrocketing. My career, guys, is up here. Holy shit. You know what's up here? That fucking skyscraper that Dwayne Johnson has to jump off.
Oh, the world's
That's
tallest
right.
It honestly wasn't even that much taller than like the other taller.
No, it was
buildings,
like a
a couple
Yeah,
of
but
years ago.
still, when you have the tallest building in the world and you're going like another 100 feet, that's still like pretty fucking tall.
Do you remember the name of the tower?
The Pearl.
It was called the Pearl. Yeah.
I did not.
The Black Pearl.
That was the least fun trivia of all time, Taylor.
He enjoyed it.
I did. I'm also sick.
He enjoyed it. Yeah, but you guys are diseased. Wolf order. So.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird movie. I mean, what's the plot? The plot is that they build the biggest building in the world, and then it breaks, and The Rock has to climb it.
it's fucking.
Like, it's a pretty stupid plot.
Like-
I mean, that's all they have. I feel like we've seen a bunch of shots that are
It's so-
presumably in the last 30 minutes, 15 minutes of the movie.
It's so
So-
stupid. A minute of the trailer, it's just The Rock explaining what the movie is. Like, so you built this tower, and it's supposed to do this, but it can't do this, and if you do this, then he's
Yeah.
like, well, that's what we're gonna do. And then like, all right, and it's just like, oh boy, when you have exposition in your trailer.
I mean, they explain the whole thing.
Yeah, I think we see the whole thing.
I think so too. I think that scene when he's falling off and like his leg might be falling off. Why is that funny, Taylor?
It's because I just picture them in the office. Right, this is our marketing key right here. This is gonna capture the hearts of the viewers. This is gonna get those fans.
Okay.
I will say it's a nice added bonus because I didn't see it coming, and it gives the movie always a reason for The Rock to be in peril if they do something with his leg, if his leg gets lost. Like, they have a reason to, okay, how could we take out this huge, like, ape of a man? Well, okay, we'll give him this leg, right, that is not there.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, we saw it there. And I think you're right, though. I think they designed that moment of him falling and catching his fake leg to be the selling point of the movie. And you know what? It's The Rock. Like, he's gonna sell it. The Jumanji movie is almost $1 billion movie. It's fucking nuts. So, like, The Rock is, like, he's almost untouchable. So if anyone can sell an action movie with a one-legged man, it's gonna be The
It's
Rock.
gonna be The Rock's leg.
Yeah, or
Chop it
Dougray
off.
Scott.
Yeah.
Or Dougray, Dougray Kennerton, however.
Well, I don't know. So there's this, I guess, a teaser trailer that I saw last night of this,
Yeah.
and it was like only a minute long,
30
and
seconds.
it was essentially just The Rock climbing the building, and I kind of guessed, like, I don't know what this movie's about, but I'm guessing, I pretty much guessed what the trailer today actually said. So it seems like a pretty basic movie. I don't know. It might be. It's probably gonna suck, to be honest with you. But
I think I don't think we're gonna be seeing them review this.
Yeah,
I think it'll be
it's
like a
just
fun
very-
watch if you like The
I mean,
Rock.
if they drop it on Netflix, I'll give it a watch.
I actually wouldn't.
Really?
Not for like a review night at night.
The Rock, you know, he's got a lot
You
of
would do
fans.
this for
Or
commentary?
I-
Like mom and dad?
No, it's not. It
Wow.
doesn't look like it's gonna be that bad. I think it's just gonna be a solid 6 out of 10.
I would
maybe,
agree
and
that
had
there
some
was
fun moments.
0 selling points of that entire trailer.
Nev Campbell for me.
Yeah,
Sidney Prescott. Yeah, that's about it.
I don't have that.
I would say I have no interest in this film.
Really? But you love tall buildings.
I really?
Name the pearl.
When have I said that I love tall buildings?
All
That's
the
what I
time.
want to know.
And you like space, you know? Tall buildings are as close as you can get.
It has to. I don't like them until they reach a certain height.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Anyway.
That one's not tall enough.
Alright, fair enough. It's the tallest, and it's not tall enough.
No, sir. So yeah, no, this is
High
I don't
standards.
think there's
You know, it's.
like I don't even think I'd watch this if I won the lottery.
I'm with you. I don't even know if I had a gun to my head if I would watch this, to be honest. Like, it just looks so... We just know how it's gonna go. The Rock did this movie called San Andreas 2 years ago, which looked like the exact same thing. Him on tall buildings,
But he
saving his
doesn't have, he
family.
doesn't have a leg in this one.
Well, I know, and he doesn't have a helicopter either, so...
What if this ends up being like the best movie of the year?
Well...
Maybe it's a really
just Die
interesting
Hard.
movie if you watch it backwards.
It's a really fucked up movie of The Rock. Taking a destroyed building and building it into the tallest building.
And he
ever.
gets
That's
a leg
how-
at the end.
Doesn't that sound more?
Yes.
Doesn't that sound more interesting? That sounds so much better already.
Me and Taylor said that this could be a Rampage prequel.
At first, I thought it was Rampage when he was climbing around in these buildings, because he's like, "Oh, my family's up in this building." I'm like, who's gonna save him? George is gonna save him.
George. Yeah, I wonder what the distance is between these movies coming out, because it's like The Rock.
There's a
dealing
lot
with
of
same
Rock.
Yeah,
yeah,
not much.
yeah, it's pretty similar.
Same day actually, same weekend.
I'm gonna
June
find
10th.
out.
They're both be released on Netflix at the same time.
Wow, the exact same minute, but you can only choose to watch one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Some
And Netflix locks the other one permanently.
yeah.
I'd take the shorter
You-
one.
You okay?
Oh yeah.
Little coughing fit.
I'd take the shorter one.
April 20th?
April 20th. Yep. Continue talking. I will find out when the release dates are.
Wait, that wasn't the release date for that movie?
No, that's for Rampage.
No, that's for Rampage.
Oh, I see.
Huh.
Well, you know, what else is there to say about this movie? If you like glass, this movie has a lot of glass, you know, a lot of window panes. So, if you're a big glass person, you might like
There's
it.
2 months in between.
One
these
thing I'm
movies.
curious about it is
There's 2 months. So the second Rampage is out of the theaters. In comes July. It's April. So May, June, and then July. So there's probably the second that Rampage is done in theaters. Boom. Skyscraper is in the theaters. And The Rock's talking about another movie where buildings are getting destroyed.
Rock's
Skyscraper's
actually
a
going for a
sequel.
world record of being in theaters for an entire year straight.
It would happen.
Good for him. I can't say I've done that.
No, I
Better than
Yeah.
don't think a lot of people can.
What are you pointing at?
Steve Jablonski. I'm pretty sure he did Transformers score.
Stephen Bawalski.
Steve Jablonski.
Steve Jablonski.
Legit, I think it definitely looks like a weird, interesting movie, but I would not be opposed to going to it in theaters on Cheap Tuesday. Maybe I think it would be honestly.
I'd go on like a cheap Tuesday.
If it was a theater with the reclining seats and, you know, a Cheap Tuesday, I get the popcorn, the drink. I want to
Cheap
sit there and have a good time.
Tuesday.
You know, I went to Jumanji on Cheap Tuesday. I had a hell of a time, and I feel like, you know, this movie could be an enjoyable experience where everyone else is in the theater is like gasping at
Do
the
you
leg.
think this movie's
maybe
gonna be as
falling
well
off.
received as Jumanji?
If
Yeah.
no,
A little less actually.
If
I
they
think
play
the
I
there-
think it's gonna be successful.
I think other than Baywatch, Rock is like the MCU actor. Like everything he puts out, most people like. So I think like I don't think it'll be better than Jumanji, but I can see it being. Oh yeah, check out Ron.
I think I play their cards right.
Well,
I feel
that's
like
called making a good movie.
Between this and Rampage, I feel like Rampage would be better.
That's a tough
I would be
call.
more inclined to see Rampage.
Oh yeah, but I think that's because I would think it's more
Video
bad.
game movie.
76 on Rotten Tomatoes for Jumanji. I can see Skyscraper getting a 70.
Really.
I'm gonna say 64.
64.
I'm gonna drop clean 52.
Wow.
Actually, you know that's higher. I'm gonna go 38.
Really?
Wow.
This movie looks so bland, dude.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that San Andreas movie, you remember what that movie was? Where he's like a helicopter responder?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
was this? I'm pretty sure
What
that
did that one get?
That's a
That's
prequel to
one
this
of
one.
those. Let's see. Oh no, 50% was rotten. So,
Yikes.
It's not as well as 38 though.
no. Baywatch 18.
Yeah, maybe I'm shooting a little low.
18.
But I'm gonna stay a little low.
What's Aquaman getting, Dylan?
13.
13.
No more, no less.
Anything else to add on Skyscraper?
I couldn't think of anything if I tried.
No. Anything else to add on in general as we're closing down the newscast? The first ever 170th episode.
I feel like we forgot a trailer.
I don't think so.
I also
Westworld had a
feel
trailer. I'm very excited for that.
Westworld.
Oh,
Everyone watched
a
that
new
trailer?
season.
Yeah, coming April.
Yay.
Did everyone watch the trailer for A Quiet Place?
Yes.
No.
You didn't see it? Oh.
Go
You
ahead.
didn't think to mention this before the cast.
I
That's true.
forgot.
Alright.
Well, you can talk about it.
Yeah, I also saw it, so.
What do you think of it?
It didn't do a whole lot new. I like the
Oh,
other
wow.
trailer that we saw before
Mm-hmm.
in theaters that I think I saw with Dylan.
A Quiet Place.
Yeah, we went to Shape of Water, I think they acquired.
Emily Blunt, John
Maybe, yeah.
Krasinski.
Oh yeah, okay, I know that one.
Yeah, it's the guy from The
I know that
Office.
one.
And now he survived to the end of the world and
And he has facial hair now.
Yeah, I was like, yo,
Oh,
this man.
odd.
it
He's
didn't
also
really-
jacked. Very off-putting.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do with myself. If you know what I.
I don't know, it didn't really do anything differently for me. It didn't really add anything new. You gotta actually see kind of what might be stalking them.
Yeah, I thought it was like a paranormal
A
kind of
large,
thing.
dark shape.
Was it
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau?
It could be. I don't know. It was very dark,
Hi, Dougie.
very quiet.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, no, it's overall I like the concept a lot, and I think it's gonna be really cool.
I
So
feel like it's kind of like Don't Breathe a little bit.
yeah,
Came out already.
yeah.
So, I don't know.
But I haven't seen that, so
Okay, that's
That's new to you.
there you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be like more paranormal than just an old man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you haven't seen the movie, so.
No, I haven't.
It's the same. It's him again.
Oh no.
What a
There's
great
actually
way-
12 old men.
What a great way to make a sequel. Don't Breathe,
Yeah,
A Quiet Place.
Did any of you guys see the trailer? I can't remember. Is it like with Jennifer Lawrence where she's that Russian spy?
Red Sparrow.
Red
the
Sparrow.
Black- the Black Widow movie.
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Joel
What do
Edgy.
you guys think of that?
I'll see it non-theaters.
Non-theaters?
Yeah.
No.
I will also probably see it, maybe in theaters.
I will see because Joel Edgerton. And I like
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence. The trailers look good enough, but I don't know, nothing.
This is one where it depends on the reviews if I
Yeah.
see it in theaters.
Word
if it's
of
good, I'll
mouth.
see it in theaters, but
Word of mouth.
if it doesn't do well, then maybe
It's gotta be real
I'll see it
spicy.
in a year or so later.
I think it looks cool. I'm not sure if I'll make an outing of it. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Cheap Tuesday for hell of a time.
Cheap Tuesday.
Any other mystery trailers you want to throw out there?
Mystery trailers?
Well, there's a fan-made Kenobi.
Yeah.
That's,
We should be getting a real Venom trailer anytime soon, the rumors are, so that's cool.
we
Nice.
we should be. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
like a real
That's good.
one,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm excited.
We're still gonna show you a fake one.
Yeah. It'll get me.
Well, Taylor Phil, where can they find us when that Venom trailer does drop? And for all this other glorious stuff, as next week, crazy enough, I'm pretty sure if I look at my calendar, it is Black Panther, which we will be doing.
What?
What?
Wow!
Next 7 days.
I thought
Nope,
it didn't.
not 7 days.
Okay.
Next week, but we'll likely, I imagine, I think we'll be reviewing that the Friday after. So Thursday will be opening night, unless there's some change in our schedules, but that'll be one we'll do Friday night.
Yep.
And then, so you can join us live, because usually we're late.
10 days.
10 days.
10 days. That's the one.
Yeah, we've been a little off the Friday night thing, but next week we'll bring it back.
We're gonna get back to it. Friday night is GeekVerse night, and that's all right. Right.
All
So,
right.
shout out to
That's all
Prince and Patriot fans. Suck it. I hope you have a great off season. You fucking losers who support cheaters. Go Eagles.
Whoa.
Yikes.
I do not condone any of that, for I do not watch sports.
Most of our fans are sports.
How do you know most of our
It's a very broad statement.
It's true though.
You did not run a poll.
I run a poll on a fan page.
Some would say Survivor's a sport.
I watch the Olympics sometimes.
This Thursday.
The Olympics?
Olympics retrospect. Yeah, this Thursday Olympics start.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yo, retrospective?
Yeah. Oh, every Olympics.
Every Olympics ever.
Wow.
What a huge landmark series the GeekVerse is doing.
I'm the triple jump expert, so I'll make sure that you get all up to
Your
date.
triple jump's a crazy event. It's like, who thought of it? You have to jump in these three
You
ways.
jump 3 times,
The double
and then
jumpers.
somehow make it like 40 feet, you know? Or like 100 feet, I don't even know these days. The metagame's insane.
Where can they find us? And you can do all the plugs because I'm sick.
All the plugs. Well, ladies and gentlemen out there, you can find us with our upcoming Black Panther review on the internet. You can find us on Google.
What fake hype? That was fake hype from Jay.
I don't know, like, if you search GeekVerse Black Panther review, anything will show up except a regular GeekVerse.
Well, we haven't dropped the review yet, so. But if you were to type in GeekVerse something review, it definitely would pop up that specific review. But we haven't had any posts about
We do
Black
a lot
Panther.
of reviews. So.
Yeah, most. Maybe not.
Oh, there you go. A
There's
Black
that.
Panther trailer review from GeekVerse podcast.
Ah,
in October.
okay, so one thing shows up.
But yeah, legit. You can go on Google, you can type in
Legit.
GeekVerse Podcast, or you can just go onto our Facebook. On Facebook, type in GeekVerse Space Podcast in the search bar. You can find tons of awesome stuff and shenanigans. It's a good time. On Twitter, GeekVerse Cast. We're on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, especially Patreon. You know, if you have that quarter, that penny in the States, because we don't have pennies in Canada, but maybe you have a penny in your debit. That is huge.
You
We
just
could
need
take
100
that.
of them.
100 of them. Maybe you got 100 pennies on your debit just lying around that you could give to us. That's fan-freaking-tastic. So, you know, I also want to shout out, too, that Rod or Not will be coming out this week with our Valentine's Day themed episode. It's going to be so romantic and passionate, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It'll be, of
If
course...
you want to see Taylor naked, go watch that video.
yeah,
I'm
so-
very curious now.
it will be dropping, of course.
Is it
Let me
true?
patch this on to Patreon. It'll be dropping early on Patreon.
Pass this
Patreon.
on.
Pass
There
on
you
to
go.
Patreon.
Pass
So,
this on
and then
Patreon.
shortly after, it'll be available for the public, of course.
The public.
Yes, the public.
Casuals.
The regular public, yep. The regular casuals.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, yeah, if all those sites don't do you fancy, then check us out on Podbay, because we really like you on Podbay.
That's the last ditch effort is Podbay. Yeah.
Well, there's Reddit.
Go to our website. Website's a great place.
it's got a
Website's fun.
I'll see you for Black Panther next week, and then Cloverfield review coming up as
Cloverfield.
well.
Yeah.
It won't be boring.
Bye. Peace.
later nerds.
See you later. Good night even.
Good day.
Good day.
Seems like we all got really sad at the very end there.
Yeah.